In last week's episode, I promised you that I would walk you through how to plan your Q2 with intention. So that's what we're going to do today. I know that we are a couple weeks into the quarter, but don't you worry. I got you. I got you. And I want to help you to do this so that when you get to the end of this quarter, which will be June 30th, when you get to the end of this quarter, you can actually celebrate yourself and the work that you have done in your business. And you can know exactly how hard you have to work, if you have to work at all, in the summer and into the fall as we get ready to end the year. That's quite a bit a ways from now. So for today, let's just dive in and plan quarter two together. So if you have done your yearly planning already for the year, then I invite you to go back to that and check in with yourself on your goals. By now, you have gone through last week's episode and you have gone through your postmortem or your debrief on your first quarter so that you understand where you're at as far as the year goes. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then maybe go back to the episode. I'll pop it into the show notes for you where I go through a yearly planning session with the human design community so that you can check in there and see how to plan your year. It's really worthwhile doing. I had a projector on that call, and when we got to the end of it and I opened it up for Q&A, she said, "Wait a minute, you mean that I could take the whole summer off if I wanted to?" And I'm like, yeah, that's the point of doing this planning, is that when you have a plan in place, you actually end up with more time off instead of less. And I'm going to tell you how that works. It's because when we don't understand the big projects, the big goals, the big things we want to create in our business or in our life, then we tend to fill our time with all of these little tasks. We are just doing. We're not spending any time actually being in the energy of having the thing that we want to have. So what I invite you to do is, if you haven't done this yet, think about the big rocks that you want in your business. And what I mean by that is, you know, that science experiment where there is some sort of a vase. I can't remember what they call those things in science in the labs, but there's some sort of a vase. And you're trying to put in, say you start with sand, you fill it all up with sand, and then you try to put in some pebbles, and then you try to put in some bigger rocks, and then you have these giant rocks and nothing else will fit in. You're trying to put water in, nothing else will fit in. That's because you didn't start with the big rocks. So when you start with the big things that you want to get done in your business this quarter or this year or both, then it's easy to fit the tasks to the big rocks instead of filling up your time with all of these tasks and realizing when you get to the end of this quarter, holy cow, I didn't actually have a big rock I was working on. And that happens more often than we know, where entrepreneurs spend all of this time feeling like they're spinning their wheels, creating all of this stuff and never actually getting to the big thing that they wanted to get to. So start with the big rocks. You have got basically 3 months in this quarter. I know we're a little bit into it now, but you've got 3 months in this quarter. What would you like to accomplish? I'm going to encourage you to think big enough, but not so big that it paralyzes you. What is a realistic big thing that you could have ready in your business, that you could work on in your business in this quarter? And maybe there's more than one thing. Maybe there's one thing a month for you. Whatever that is, I invite you to really get clear on what it is for you. And then backtrack and think about all of the things that need to happen in order for that to come to fruition. Then take some time to do some time blocking in your calendar. Now, for me, I use numerology a lot. So when I'm doing my time blocking, I'm looking at the kind of structure that I want to have in my days. If I'm on a 3-day, 3 is all about fun and creativity. And my numerologist always says sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's a day I'm going to go play with my grandkids. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be creative. I'm going to do all the things that are fun. If I'm in a day that is a 7 is about rest and rejuvenation and going inward and learning. It's also who I am in the world. So I'm going to take that day as a rest day in my schedule, even if it's a Tuesday. And then if there's a 4 where it's all about structure and getting systems in place and work, I'm going to do the work in my business. So this isn't the end all to be all with your business, but I really find that it can help. And also, of course, working within your human design. There are times where if you have a defined root, your root pulse is going to be off. And no matter what you try to do in your business, you're going to take 10 times longer than you would when your root pulse is on. So the beauty of having a plan and understanding what you're working towards in the quarter is that you can use all of these little energies and you can honor the way that your energy works as you go through the week, the month, and the quarter. You're not filling up your time with all the tasks. You're focused on this big rock that you're moving towards, and all of your actions lead you to that. If it doesn't lead you to that, you don't really worry about it. You can just let it slide. It's not a today problem. So whatever tools you are going to use to get your time blocking done, I do encourage you to get your time blocking in. We had someone on the CBD call this week, or maybe the mastermind call, talking about how when she tracks her hours, she realizes that she's more productive. And I'm going to reiterate, production is not about the tasks. Production is about actually focused on the big thing that has to happen in order to move yourself forward in your business, whether that's a big project, whether that's a course that needs to be created, whether that's something that needs to be delivered, whether it's a monetary goal, whatever it is. It's important to have a strategy in place to grow your business. And this is the first piece of getting that strategy in place. If you would like my help with this or any other planning, I actually have opened up 10 spots in my calendar for the month of May. The only way that I am working with people one-on-one in the room is through these strategy sessions. So I'm going to come in, we're going to get a bird's eye view of your business and your website, and we're going to look at what's working and what's not. Are there too many offers on your site? Are you filling up your time with all of the little things that aren't going to move you forward? How can we get some sort of a ladder or a funnel in place that actually brings people through to work with you with ease? That's what this is all about. Following your human design, following your path of least resistance to get these big things done in your business without breaking your life. If you want my help with that, I'd be happy to get in the room with you. The link is in the show notes for you to book your session for the month of May.